So some of you might wonder, because I think you're still newest to the congregation, why we bridge children and youth. And I want to explain that it's a long-standing Unitarian Universalist tradition to bridge youth from high school into the so-called adult world. And there are many reasons why we do so. It's an acknowledgement, a celebration, and a welcoming. And it's also a complicated ceremony. One of my favorite ministers, the now retired Reverend Tom Owenthal, spent his ministry dedicated to working with children, youth, and young adults. And he always insisted this, that children and youth are not on their way to becoming who they will be, but that they are that very person as well, right here and right now. So that means that if I'm speaking to Teddy or Imogen or Asher, I'm seeing their inherent worth and dignity, their wisdom, that knowing, no matter what their age is. It's not about being 6 or being 60, but about valuing each other at all the stages of our lives. And yes, today we're celebrating the children and youth, but elders, I want you to hear too, it's also a celebration of that child that still lives inside you, that part that keeps growing and keeps changing, finding new ways to love this beautiful world. And I want to say out loud, and I know I'm going to embarrass you, Lee, but I'm going to do it. This is why Lee, as Director of Religious Education, this year more than most perhaps, has been such a gift to us. Because I watch her, and you watch her with the children and the youth, and she engaged with them where they are. It's not an adult trying to teach a child to be better, but instead this like incredibly beautiful act of co-creation. So for all the children and all the youth being bridged today, for all the parents that struggled through this last year, and for all those involved in the lives of these incredible young beings, I want you to feel your part in this web of love, this shared responsibility for and with those who choose to spend their Sunday mornings in their faith with us.
Thank you, DL. So this year has been many things. It's been a time of loss and a time of transition, a time of mourning, of finding new kinds of freedom and new kinds of connection. And for our kids and families, they've been figuring out virtual schooling, how to stay distanced with their friends, how to play in person with masks, how to wash their hands every day, 50 times a day, and how to take care of themselves when they can't do the things that they're used to being able to do. So on top of all of this transition of this past year, a lot of them also started a new school this last fall, stepping into a new phase of their education in the midst of a pandemic. And so today we honor those kids. And we'd also like to honor the kids who will be moving up to a new school this coming fall. So whether they're bridging to kindergarten or to middle school or to high school or beyond, we celebrate them. And we are holding them close as they step into a new experience, as they spread their wings a little bit wider and set off on new adventures. So we are going to begin with the youngest among us. So I'm going to tell you who we have who have started kindergarten. We have Beatrice Ruda Curdo, who started kindergarten last autumn in the dual language program at Peacedale Elementary. We have Paxton, her little brother, who will be starting preschool this coming fall at the Child Development Center at URI. We have Elsie Grant and Lucy Hubbard, who are starting kindergarten this coming fall. I see that smile down there. And I invited these kids to think about what they loved about kindergarten if they started this year, and what they're looking forward to for the fall if they're starting in the fall. And so I want to start with Beatrice. I wonder if you can unmute Beatrice and tell us, what did you love about kindergarten last year?
I love Peaceville Elementary School. What I love about kindergarten is my teachers. Senora Dora teaches me in Spanish. He is really funny. Sometimes we have to teach him English, like it's thank you and not spank you. My other teacher, Mrs. Daly, is really nice. She gives me great books to read, like Three Up a Tree. Three Up a Tree is a book where some big kids made a tree house and some little kids wanted to come in, but the big kids said no, and so the little kids made their own tree house and they tell stories in it. I love kindergarten.
Yay! Thank you for sharing, Beatrice. It's so fun to hear about kindergarten. And since we have you here, Paxton, are you excited about preschool?
Yeah.
Yay! You're so big, Pax.
I'm so excited for the
Oh, the CDC.
My age, right?
I want to play with my friends my age.
That's right. Paxton gets to play with friends his age. Let's all give Paxton and Beatrice a little love. Thank you for sharing. And I'm gonna see if I saw that we have an Elsie here. Elsie, would you like to tell us what you're looking forward to when you go to kindergarten next year?
Going in the library.
That's gonna be so cool.
Awesome. The library at school. Wonderful. Thank you, Elsie.
Yay.
And do we have Lucy here? Lucy Hubbard was a maybe for today. And I think that I don't see her here. So I'll just tell you, there are actually 6 kindergartners, and Lucy makes 7. There's 7 kindergartners that couldn't make it today. And they are Juniper Whitaker, Declan Kellogg, and James Totley. They all started kindergarten last year during the pandemic. And this coming fall, Desmond Hanlon, who I see their family down there, and Zane Magado and Adis Menden. So all of them will be starting kindergarten in the fall. And we send them all love and blessings. And we have a special older elementary school student who would like to welcome them to elementary school. Teddy, it's your turn.
Hi, welcome to elementary school, everyone who's going to be going soon. I know you may seem nervous, but believe me, being in school is great. The teachers are super nice in elementary school, and they're constantly celebrating your work. Because this one time when the class all did really good at writing, they threw a party at school with lemonade, and we even got to share it while the parents saw us. And before you're officially like in school, you're considered like a baby or toddler. But when you get in school, you're an official kid, and you get more opportunities to do more activities. You're gonna love it.
Yay. Thank you, Teddy. And thank you to all of our kindergartners and rising kindergartners for being here today. It's so good to see you. So now we have middle school.
So we have a couple of middle schoolers, and I'm actually going to ask you to save your celebration until the end, because we're going to have a time to celebrate everyone together at the end. We have Imogen Foy, and you've seen Imogen around frequently. But she had to reschedule the cross team today. She is a rising sixth grader going into Broad Rock Middle School. And Isla Grant, who I believe is here, can unmute and tell you about her own plans.
My teacher is really nice, and she's actually a yoga teacher, and I really enjoy being with her. And one of the things that I really enjoyed this year is that there's a really old train track behind the school, and we go on walks through the woods on the train track.
Sounds amazing. And I believe we have Asher Henry to come welcome you to middle school.
To the kids starting middle school, I hope that you have a good time, do your best, and make many new friends. It's a new chapter of your life, so have some fun. Welcome to middle school.
Thank you.
And now we move on to high school. We actually have 3 youth in our congregation, one of whom started high school during the pandemic. That's Naren Ray. He started at South Kingstown High School. And we have 2 who will be starting in the fall. Danae, I actually don't know how to say her last name, Mahan Audet. And she's going to Exeter West Greenwich High School in the fall. And then my own daughter, Ciela, who has been coming to the UU congregation for a couple of years, she is starting at North Kingstown High School. And unfortunately, none of our high school students have joined us today. I think it's a little early for them. So I know Asher was planning on welcoming them, but they are not with us. So we welcome them in spirit and send them good vibes wherever they may be sleeping. And yeah, so now I'll pass it over to Beyond High School.
Asher, did you want to read whatever you wrote for the high schoolers?
Sure. So to the new high schoolers, enjoy the new freedoms of high school, make new friends, and work hard. It's a little bit scary at first, but after a little while, you'll feel right at home.
That feels like a prescription for life. So we have 2 bridging high schoolers this year. And we're going to talk about Carter Santos first. Carter, as you know, is one of Pam Santos's kids, not a kid anymore, couldn't be here, but sent a video. And we're going to show you that now.
Hi, Carter Santos here. 18 now. I'll be graduating from South Kingstown High School in June. I plan on next year attending AMDA, which is the American Musical and Dramatic Academy in New York. It's a performing arts school. My mom asked me what one of my favorite memories at church was, and I always remember having fun playing soccer in the backyard with most of the congregation. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well, and I'll see you on my journey.
It's hard to believe that that is the same kid that I met when I got here. So we welcome Thea Henry, who also looks just unbelievably adult. Thea, do you want to speak?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Thea. I spent this past year, I just got home yesterday from my freshman year at Clark University, and I felt really lucky to be able to be at school in person, even though a good number of the classes were online. And I think that the school is a really good fit for me. I've taken a lot of different classes, but so far the ones I've been liking best are in biology and studio art. But I'm not sure what my major will be yet.
So good to have you here. And Lee, I think you would take this.
Yeah, I just wanted to welcome Thea and Carter into the next phase of your life. into young adulthood and all the blessings and freedoms and challenges that you have as you move into this new chapter of your life. So welcome. So today we honor the youth of our congregation as they step into this new chapter of their lives. We honor their hopes and their dreams as they make their way into the world. We offer them a safe place to return to at the end of the day. And may they always know, may you always know that you have a home here in this congregation where you can come with your joys and your sorrows and your exuberant search for what is true and good in this world. To the youth, I want to say that it is such an honor to watch you grow. It is such a blessing to see your shining faces and your beautiful smiles. I know that moving on to a new school or a new anything is a whole bunch of different emotions. There's excitement, but there's also nervousness and maybe a little bit of fear. And I just want you all to remember this moment right here, where there's all of these people who are holding space just for you today. We're all here with our love in our hearts, offering you courage. We have all traveled different paths to make it to this day, and we're all rooting for you. So we want to offer you our shoulders to stand on and our hands to hold when you need them.
So normally, right now, the minister would be blessing you in person. And the ritual is this: when we dedicate you as children, we dedicate you with a rose with the thorns removed to keep you safe. But when we dedicate you now, we would typically hand you a rose with the thorn still attached, in an acknowledgement that you're ready, you're able to deal with the difficulties of life. Not that you're alone, but that you're prepared. And I offer you these words from the Reverend Julia Hamilton. May your mind be on fire with wonder and wisdom. May your heart be aflame with love for this life. May your hands be ignited with purpose. And may your spirits be aglow with courage and compassion. And now, congregation, it's your turn. It's your turn to affirm these amazing, wonderful, incredible young people. You're going to see some words on your screen, and I invite you to unmute and read along with me. At some point, feel free to join me. You arrived here.
Born to your birth,
family,
family or adopted,
fostered,
raised as an
important part of this congregation.
Some
Some of you we've known longer than others.
We probably
Love you equally
and
uniquely.
or
In the words of Unitarian Universalist
Sophia Lyon
Foss,
Have a seat.
the purpose
of religious education
is not to form you
into some version of ourselves,
but
into the fullest version of whomever you are
and are becoming.
So what this is saying, Elsie, is that congregation is
Today, we celebrate you.
We
Celebrate your change to a new
school,
to a new adventure.
Those
Those
graduating
from high
school,
we
celebrate
your adulthood.
As your lives unfold,
Know that you are loved
no matter what.
We
Celebrate and love
you
now
and always.
I invite you to remute.
So now we have another song. I think it's a familiar song that we sing that I just have to find the words for. This is what we sing to people when they bridge, to the youth who bridge to adulthood, and to the kids today who are bridging to their new schools. And there's a blank space you'll see in the words. And in that blank space, you can insert whatever name of the youth that you know. You can sing their name in that space, or you can just sing youth or friends in that space. So here it is. Youth, you are beautiful. Youth, you are strong. Wonderful to be with. Carry us along. Youth, hear our loving song. Let's sing it one more time. Friends, you are beautiful. Friends, you are strong. Wonderful to be with. Carry us along. Friends, hear our loving song.
Thank you, Lee. Today, Caleb Grant offers our benediction.
So I printed this out, and since my children who know how to use technology and I weren't there to be right over my shoulder, I printed it out without the author, who I believe is Aoife Donovan. Did I get that right, DL?
Aoife Barrington Haber, but close.
Aoife Barrington Haber. And these are our closing words. As the child leaves the doorstep, the parent prays, please keep my child safe and give me the courage to let them go out to explore the world. The child prays, watch over my parents while I'm gone and help them believe that I really do know what I'm doing. The grandparent prays, thank you for this precious gift twice given. Let me remember that my child and my grandchild is each their own person. And let them remember that my door is always open. Blessed be, and amen.
Beautiful, thank you. And please join us, stay muted, but join us in our closing song, and then we'll go straight to coffee hour for any of those that wish to stay. And thank you for being here.